Military pioneers from the United States and China met in Beijing for scheduled talks that, as it were, continued in January after being suspended for 2 years as ties between the two nations soured. The gatherings finished Sunday, and officials talked about ongoing issues such as Taiwan, the Russia-Ukraine war, and clashes within the South China Sea. Michael Chase, Assistant Deputy Secretary of Defense for China, Taiwan, and Mongolia, led a delegation to engage in the bilateral defense policy coordination talks, which were last held in January. Whereas the talks weren't anticipated to resolve long-standing contrasts in positions over issues extending from South China Sea claims to Taiwan, the United States has proceeded to thrust for the dialogues to dodge strife. The gatherings were held after Chase gone to the Shangshan gathering in Beijing, a defense gathering that's China's reply to the Shangri-La discourse. Communication between the two militaries broke off in 2021 as United States-China pressures ratcheted up over extending contrasts on issues such as Taiwan's sway, the origin of COVID-19, and financial issues. Beijing has disregarded United States demands to lock in within the past, particularly over mediation between United States and Chinese airplane and ships. Whereas communications continued after United States President Joe Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping met in San Francisco final November, it is hazy whether the talks may proceed as the United States is balanced for a presidential race. Within the two-sided talks, the two sides examined China's bolster for Russia amid the progressing Ukraine war, as well as China's activities within the South China Ocean, said a U.S. senior defense official briefing columnists on the gatherings. On Sunday, the Philippine transport at a debated shore, BRP Teresa Magbanua, had cleared out to resupply and give restorative care to its group members. The defense official said that they were watching and encourage advancements there exceptionally closely. China's claims over the South China Ocean have ended up progressively assertive with expanding clashes with the Philippine Coast Guard. In August, both sides blamed each other over a collision between their ships, which left expanding gaps within the Philippine ships. The oceanic claims have implied clashes at sea, such as at the Sabina Shoal, which both China and the Philippines claim. China had blocked endeavors to resupply the BRP Teresa Magbanua in August with a force of 40 ships. The Philippines said it would replace the dispatch immediately, but the departure of the transport raises questions of whether China would seize the reef. Filipino researchers had already found submerged heaps of pulverized corals in its shallows, leading to concern that China may be planning to build a structure to stake its claim. China affirmed the departure of the transport, which it said infringed on China's regional sovereignty. During this period, China had taken control measures against the transport in agreement with the law, and different endeavors by the Philippine side to coercively resupply the dispatch had failed, China Coast Watch representative Lu Dejun said in a statement.